here. RA 101, Red Angel 101, and it's French tips. This is an image off of Konad, like exactly. And there is a plate, there's some brownish on this image. I don't know if the laser didn't burn it well enough, so that's the one I'm going to test. Because the other ones feel pretty good. Look at that. Looks like we need to scrape a little harder. Plates were $11.99. Shipping into the US, my total came to about $15. One of my Canadian friends said that for them to ship to Canada, shipping was $15 in and of itself. I do not know if they ship out of this world. You can email them because I'm not a spokesperson. I'm not affiliated. I have no idea. There we go. Got it stamped pretty good. There I stamped the French tip onto my nail. I missed some during the pickup. Can't say for sure if that's my fault. So I'm going to gently swipe it off and try again. Oh, sugar. There went my new bar. That's a really pretty bird. I want to stamp him. He showed up, but my polish isn't dry, and I rippled. Do you see my ripple? But my birdie showed up. He's sitting there with his tail behind him. I think that's his face. I think I might have cut off his face. Again, yes, I cover the entire image with polish. Do you want to tell me how I'm wasting polish? You're more than welcome to. That stamp's pretty good if you can ignore my... I just added that little piece. It was still... Plate 2 works, in my opinion. I'm pleased with plate number 2. Plate number 3 has a series of larger images. I'm gonna do this because it has blocks and little circles, whereas this is just blocks and that's just circles and that's just blocks. This has all of it, so I'm gonna try this. That's how it's stamped. Try these balloons. Let me see if I can't try these balloons. Oops. I scraped off part of his top. It's pretty thick. But it did pick up those 2 little strings. That's pretty impressive. Left some on here because I did put on really thick and I didn't scrape very hard. We've got a bunch of these fun things on number 4. I think I'm gonna do this one. Oops, I picked up some black in it. Oh well. This one. Looks pretty good. Stamped really well. My polish wasn't dry. Story of my life right now. I use my thumbnail to hold down my natural nail. That's a crisp image right there. That's impressive. That's impressively crisp. Anyway, since my nails have become longer, that is absolutely disgusting. I hate dried polish in fingernails. Ugh! When I stamp, I don't like to push on my real nail. I don't want to bend it at all. So I'll use my other thumb as a structure, and I'll press so that I don't bend my nail. You know what I mean? I'm digging it. Ooh, this one's pretty. Ooh, that one's trippy. Let's do the trippy one. This turned out quite a bit better because I still do have some left, but I scraped the way of the ridges, whereas before I was scraping against the ridges. I never considered that a problem. I'd scrape whichever way I wanted, but in this case I'm seeing a clearer image if I scrape with the grain of the starbursts. So I've got China Glaze Urban Nights. It's a purple, but you can't see it in this lighting. And then I have China Glaze Concrete Catwalk. And then I have this Revlon called Tropical Temptation. And I don't know where I picked up the black fuzzies. It's a really pretty color, but it's runny as heck. Then I have New Bar Reclaim. It's a pretty hollow. Then I have New Bar Vital, and it's a matte. China Glaze City Siren from the Metro collection, and it's a really pretty red. I've got my gummed up China Glaze Refreshment. This is Custom Kicks. It's really pretty. It has a gold shimmer that I'm not seeing here. And then I have Sunset Sail, Sea Spray, what the heck is this? Sunset Sail from the China Glaze Anchors Away. If you can't tell, I'm sitting next to my China Glaze collection, so that's why I've got all this China Glaze. And then this one is, by golly, I have no idea. Oh, the Jessie's Girl collection. That Julie123 or Julie G183 or whatever her number is. Has this just one coat. And now I'm going to stamp again. 107, and I'm definitely going to do this little fishbone guy. I think I'll put him on my ugly finger. And he stamped beautifully amongst my crappy polish job. But he's got his head and everything, so I'm happy about that. He's a little bit left too. But he's stamped. So, I like my little fish. I'm going to do the leopard print because almost all of you have seen a leopard print stamp before. And we need to make sure that this is like the others, right? Because if it can't make a leopard print, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm going to do the silver. If it can't do leopard, I don't know what it'll do. What am I saying right now? Definitely gonna make a bloopers video for this because I am really hyper. Scraped too hard. How do you guys like my awesome cough that's been going on a month? I'm sexy as a beast. I'm one sexy beast. Wow, that's a really crisp image. I'm impressed with you. Here is the konad, and here is the red angel. Clean out my little fishy. The image squares are the same size as each other. But the difference between Red Angel's leopard print is more dense, and Konad's leopard print is a little bit more sparse. And let's see if less foggy. I think I picked up too much. You can't really see the little stars. A little bit. I'll use what I like. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that one was clearish. We've got a little left over on the stamper, so it didn't press down here so well. Still pleased. Ooh, we're gonna do this one. I'm gonna try that again. This has definitely reminded me of Bundle Monster because you kind of have to play with the pressure of your scraping and the amount of polish you leave in, because konad is really consistent. These are not so consistent, but they're totally workable so far in my opinion. Here's the black on that one. Little bits of it looks to be little bits of it didn't stamp down, but I don't think that's enough to be, and don't mind that, that's a my gouge. But I think that's pretty cool. Let's see. Let's do my favorite. Ooh la la. There it is. Isn't that pretty? Oops. I left a flower out. It still went. Isn't that a pretty design? I sure like that. I sure like you. I'm done. Done with that plate. I found the design I liked. So let's try. Ooh, these ones. Yeah. That's neat. That's really neat. I just held it up so that I could see it, and then I laid it down. And I gave it a couple rolls around. But that is really neat. Ooh! That's from Red Angel number 110. Ooh, I like that. Likey, likey, likey. That one turned out good. It's love designs halfway down the nail instead of half mooning or whatever. Coming halfway is one of my new favorite things. And I think that Stephanie is the one that I have to blame for that. So, this is officially my favorite plate. And, ooh, we have a fairy to try! I scraped a bunch of other stuff. But look, she's floating in the air. You can make her sitting on a chair. Missed my nail because I couldn't see. Missed my nail because I couldn't see. Missed my nail because I couldn't see. That's quite alright. I'm quite alright with you, stamp. Oops. Missed my nail. Missed my nail, but it stamped good. Alright, I'm a fan. So far, so good. 112. Oh shit. Dumping polish all over the place. Oh shit. He's a little shadowed right here still. I think it stamps pretty good. Who looks that close anyway, right? There's another little angel face. There she is. Pretty clear if you ask me. It's still on there. Oh, and then there's these ones. I know they wanted these ones done too. That one's pretty cool. I kind of smashed my nail too hard. And there's that one. Part of it anyway. So I missed a little of the stem right here. But that's really cute. Oh, the angel wings. That was a really good stamp. Cute. Let's try several of these little buggers. That stamped well also. Those are the leaves over the green. I smudged her. Like rose. Look, here we have the faces. Stamped great. She has her little eyelashes and everything. Oh, this is the leaf, I think. I think that's the leaf I was supposed to try. Here's this leaf. He looks pretty cool. Okay, now we have this one. Look at that beautiful sucker. I cut it off, but let's stamp it on my semi-wet nail. Oops, I went off my nail. Stamp's good though. Pumpkin. Let's do this one. I smushed. Stamp's really good. Just stamps really well. Oops, I missed that. And I will stamp it on that finger right there. Oh, that's just too cool. Shit. Dang it, I messed up my idea because of what I did. But look at that, it stayed gold. Gold, pink, and green. That's just too cool.